Everybody, welcome. Thanks for being with us today. History and the supernatural are taking center stage. It's a new movie, The American Miracle, and it looks at moments of history that some say were more than just a coincidence.
From the birth of the Constitution to the turning points of the Civil War, The American Miracle explores the bold decisions that shaped a nation.
I came to persuade you to avoid these dangers.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
So, Michael, as you were writing the book, The American Miracle, did you have in your mind's eye that it was going to be a movie?
No. We must find a path forward where they will have a future that's very different than their past.
It just seemed like an impossible project. And I am very thrilled that I met Tim, and we actually decided to do this thing.
He will become the founder of a mighty empire.
The basic theme of the book is a series of stories that are incredible and very unlikely. And they are all happy accidents, things that help the United States. But the theme of the book is that a pattern of happy accidents is still a pattern. And the pattern here is one that indicates, as it says with the film, our nation is no accident.
So, Tim, why do you sign on to do the impossible, if you will, turn this book into a film?
It was such an important story. And my films have always looked for evidence of God acting in history.
Yeah.
And Michael trusted me, and I was very thankful for that. And we really saw God's providence in the making of the film.
Speaking of God's providence, looking at history, not revealing too much of what people are going to see, share one or two providential moments that you've uncovered.
Well, one of the stories that you see in the film is George Washington's first experience with battle. And he actually came very close to being killed. Washington had bullet holes in his cloak. He had 2 horses shot out from under him. George Washington surely has been raised up and protected by God to do a singular service to his country.
What was the challenge in making these stories and these providential moments come to life for you?
There's so much that most of us don't know about our history. And I think that's the thing that's very important in this film, is that this film is going to give the audience the basic understanding that they might not have gotten. And it leads us all the way through to the question of, is his presence in certain situations? And has he guided this nation with its founding, with these documents, the Constitution, to become something that no other nation had? And that's the beauty of what I think this film provides.
Whenever people talk about the good luck of America, how could it be that this series of colonies on the edge of the wilderness and the ocean on the other side, that those colonies would produce in one generation George Washington and John Adams and Alexander Hamilton and Benjamin Franklin and James Madison, and all of these titans, and they didn't believe it was an accident. Amazing story.
Done very well. Why is America a miracle?
Well, because it's illogical. And that kind of story, which was at the time embraced as an act of God, something that defies logic, that's the kind of story that we tell in the movie.
This film is really about identifying patterns of evidence of God acting in history. There's a higher authority, and I think that the film emphasizes the fact that in God we trust.
The fate of unborn millions now depends under God.
Well, did want to let you guys know that The American Miracle will only be in theaters nationwide June 9th, 10th, and 11th. Again, that's June 9th, 10th, and 11th. And for more information on the movie, check out AmericanMiracleMovie.com. I'm sure that's where you can also find where it's playing near you. Andrew, what are your thoughts on The American Miracle?
I have seen it.
Gosh,
yes.
okay.
I had the privilege of interviewing Michael Medved a few months ago in the 700 Club.
Okay.
He has such a humble, kind nature, but he's super excited about this.
Yeah.
And turning the book into a film, as he said, he never thought it was going to happen, but it's very well done. I like how it's not presented as this is absolutely truth. I mean, they firmly believe, God had divine orchestration, all these things, but they present the evidence and say, you decide yourself. And the compelling part about George Washington, the divine protection over him, was incredible.
I love that. And I love what he said, too. A pattern of happy accidents is no accident.
Like weather and all these strange things in our history. Your buddy Pat Boone's in the movie. I know you interviewed Pat Boone a few months ago.
I love Pat Boone. That's great. Wait, so he's talking about,
No, he's in it. He portrays.
Does he?
It's been a few months since I've seen it. I forget which historical character he plays.
But he plays a historical character. That's pretty cool.
Oh, well, our floor director is yelling Thomas Jefferson.
Okay.
Thank you for being
he plays Thomas Jefferson?
so quiet with that one. Yes, he does.
You know what's funny is Thomas Jefferson is actually one of my favorite founding fathers. I don't know why. Anyways, don't ask.
Then you'll want to see Pat Boone. He does a great job. So again, that's June 9, 10, and 11 if you want to check it out. It's well worth seeing.